Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm packing for a work trip to Paris Fashion Week at the end of the month, and I thought that I would walk you through some of the knitwear that I'm taking, some of the ones that I'm hoping to finish by the time I get there, and some of them that maybe didn't make the cut. I have to admit, I'm a little bit particular about the shape, the construction, the color of my clothing, and I guess this comes from like being in an industry for such a long time where everything is like overanalyzed because you're trying to communicate something with precision through clothes. So yeah, packing for this trip actually highlighted some things for me in terms of why I'm knitting the things that I'm knitting, because I've finally had a chance to sort of put all my knits out, try them on with my entire more or less wardrobe, and sort of see what's working and what's not working. And I have to say there are a couple of things that I've had to either readjust or sort of go, actually, I'm not really wearing that. Why did I even knit it in the first place? And I think unexpectedly, I didn't even really realize this was happening, but constantly being exposed to knitting content has actually sort of given me this pressure to perform. There's always a new pattern, there's always a new color scheme, there's always a new way of doing things. Yesterday I actually had to have a bit of a word with myself and like review the way that I'm going to be approaching the things that I knit, sort of like really be specific about like what shapes am I wearing, what shapes have I already got too many of, what colors am I missing, what colors do I need more of, what colors do I need less of, and sort of be like really more methodical and like take a sort of like a zoomed out picture of, you know, what's going on, as opposed to just knitting things like, oh my god, I love the pattern, I need to make it now, because that actually doesn't tend to work out for me. Surprise. Okay, let's get into it. Let's start with the Citra sweater. I love this jumper. I do actually wear it quite a lot. The pattern is by Sofia Scotford. I've knitted it up in Knitting for Olive heavy merino and mohair. And yeah, I actually think this is one that I sort of keep going back to quite frequently. The only thing is that I finished it in September when I was in the UK, and I decided to block it there and then because I wanted to wear it, obviously. Because I was at my brother's house, I didn't really have a dedicated space, and so it was taking too long to dry. I ended up blasting a little bit with a hairdryer and then putting it on the heater, which I think may have felted the wool ever so slightly, because it's not stiff, it's not felted in any way, like in any real meaningful way, but it is a little bit stiff, and I wondered if I hadn't done that, if it would just be a little bit softer and it would fall differently. But overall, 10 out of 10. I absolutely love this jumper, and this one will be coming to Paris with me for sure. Okay, second up is another pattern by Sofia Scotford. This is the Glacis sweater, and I've knitted up in, it's a tweed, I think, with a mohair. Now, the original pattern has this beautiful stitching along the side that goes all the way from the neckline to the arm, which is kind of what attracted me and what I think everyone is attracted to when they see the sweater. It's the sort of like unusualness of that stitching, which is really beautiful, but I actually wasn't really wearing it that much. It gives us the little bit of like a rustic vibe maybe that doesn't really quite work with some of the more like finer things that I have for work. So I've just ended up taking it out, and I actually think that I'm going to be wearing it a lot more. It is a lovely shape, but in saying that, it is very similar to the Citra sweater, and had I really thought about it a little bit more, I perhaps wouldn't have knitted this one as quickly as I decided to knit it. But either way, this one is also coming to Paris. I think it'll go really well. It's a lovely color. Yeah, it will work really well. Okay, next up is Cardigan number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. Also guys, if you're enjoying this, please do like, share and subscribe, leave a comment, do all the things that help the channel grow. Cardigan number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and I've knitted up in Terno Rosa Pomar, and it is a really lovely wool. It's 100% Portuguese. I've spoken to you about them before, and I really love the project in itself and like how they produce the wool. The only thing is that I bought it online and it looked a lot more sort of creamy and red. Well, when I received it, is very much grey and red. So I was a little bit disappointed from the get-go, but I'd ordered it, I'd spent a lot of money on it, and I decided to knit it up anyway. And it has worked out really well. It is a lovely cardigan. Because I think the colour is not quite what I was expecting, I'm actually not wearing it that much, which is a shame. That being said, the construction of the cardigan itself is immaculate. I have nothing but amazing things to say about My Favorite Things Knitwear, because I just think that she's on another level in terms of pattern making. She's so precise, like the construction is so considered, everything is like really thought through, and it just leaves you with a really beautifully finished product, which I personally prefer above a lot of other things. So yeah, this one is not going to be making the cut. So this one is not coming to Paris for me. Yeah, I'm sort of going to consider whether I'm going to keep it, unravel it, or maybe give it away to someone. We'll see. Okay, this is my favorite sweater ever. And it's ironic because it's actually the first sweater that I ever made. So technically there are a lot of mistakes. My stitches are all twisted because I was still twisting my stitches then. This is a Louvre sweater by PetiteKnit. It's in a yarn from West Yorkshire Spinners called the Croft. It's an Aran weight yarn and it's called, this color is called Stony Breck. It's really durable. It feels relatively soft, I think, for an Aran weight, and the color of it, I think, is just, I think I get a lot of compliments on the sweater, and I've worn it to Paris actually before, and everyone thought it was a designer piece, and I was very happy with myself. What can I say? It's actually still by far one of my most favorite yarns to use. I don't know, it's lasted me so well. I literally wear this sweater every single day. I have considered making one for home and one to wear out because I wore it so much, but I've debubbled it once, and it's still in just like such incredible condition, really. So it's definitely coming to Paris. It's probably going to get worn more than once, which might be a little bit of taboo over there, but I don't care. I love it so much. Last but not least is something that I'm hoping to finish before I go. I'm going to the UK actually on Friday. I have a couple of days there before I go. And this is the Lane Loops t-shirt by Other Loops. And finally we have something that is not a funnel neck, so I'm really hoping that I'll finish it so I can actually wear any of my necklaces to work. I actually started knitting this one because of another project that didn't work out, so I had the leftover the yarn, which is the Filocolana Tilia, and I've paired it with a mohair from Isaiah. So it's very fluffy. I'm sure the mohair is going to get in my eyes and my face at all times, but it's so beautiful. It's so soft. The construction is lovely. It's got loads of like ribbon details on the shoulder. Only got a little bit of the body left in the sleeve, so I'm really hoping that I can, get it finished before I go. So I'm going to be packing this one as my whip to take on the plane and to hopefully finish before I get to Paris. Okay guys, that's my roundup. Thank you so much for sticking around. I will be filming quite a lot on this trip, both in Paris, in London and in Bristol, taking you along with me to some of the yarn shops that I'm going to. The stars have aligned. I've actually heard today that I will have a couple of hours, maybe like an afternoon in Paris, so I'm going to be visiting at least 2 or 3 yarn shops. Can't wait to share all of that with you in my next video. So see you soon. Bye.